Hello everybody. Today at BW Businessworld we have Mr. Kishore Jayaraman. He is President India and Southeast Asia Rolls-Royce. And today he is here to discuss with us the ESG trends, that is environment, social and governance. Hello Mr. Jayaraman and welcome to BW Businessworld.
Hi Urvi, thank you very much for having me.
So
Good to be
finally
here.
we are able to conduct interviews in person after a long lull of 2.5 years. So it's so great to resume in-person interaction. I hope you are keeping well and work is in full force now.
Absolutely, yes. I am very happy to be meeting you in person. And I'm a big believer it's about time we all got into the offices and got along with life to put COVID behind us.
That's true. After all, as they say, man is a social animal. So it's
Yes.
quite necessary that we have in-person interactions. As much as it is online and we are working in the comfort of our home,
Yes.
it is equally important to get back to.
Absolutely.
So we have realized one thing in the last 2.5 years, in addition to our needs for interacting with other human beings, is sustainability as a very big quotient. Sustainability, good health, and companies putting their best foot forward in this direction. So how does Rolls-Royce look at sustainability in particular and ESG as a whole?
So Rolls-Royce as a company, we believe that the future is going to be about sustainability. We have signed up to the UN Net Zero Charter. And we have said that this is not a revolution, it's an evolution. And we are going to be taking our existing products and making sure that every single day we work on making them that much more sustainable. And which means that we will look at alternate fuels, we will look at hybrid mechanisms, we will look at electric eventually, and then see how this journey can be accelerated so that as we go through this, we put down milestones. As we go through this, we measure ourselves. And going through this, we have to make sure also that it is not just an intent. It is more than an intent anymore. The intent is there. It is about implementation. And as we implement and go forward, we're going to notice that we will have to innovate along the way. If we don't go from intent to implement, nothing is going to change. If we don't go from implement to innovate, nothing is going to get better. So that is the journey we are on. We have already started it. We have targets, we have milestones, and I think you will start seeing more and more of us in this wonderful world of sustainable propulsion.
Right, so we have a common misconception that to become carbon neutral, we have to give up technology because it has been so popularly criticized. But that might not always be the case. So how is Rolls-Royce using technology to achieve its sustainability goals?
It's a very good question. And nothing is compromised. Technology is the backbone of everything we do. And technology will be the backbone for sustainability. And taking our existing technologies and creating new technologies for a sustainable world, we have to completely commit ourselves and say that how do we make it happen? And to make it happen, what are going to be the tools and what are going to be the techniques that we have to use with technology to take us forward? So example, digital. We completely believe that our future is going to be with digital. And we believe that our R-squared data labs is going to analyze the data, is going to implement artificial intelligence techniques, machine learning techniques in order to enhance the output from such data so that what happens with our outcomes is going to be faster, is going to be more efficient, and is going to prevent us having a lot of wastage. And today as we speak, our teams in Bangalore have been able to contribute to our global technology development projects by enhancing efficiencies, by creating algorithms that reduce the mean time between repairs, have been creating algorithms that will enable the health monitoring systems so that the aircrafts can fly longer, better, with constant monitoring so that we are able to provide a safe journey for all passengers. In defense, we do the same thing. We make sure that all products that we develop in defense, we don't have to go through the same things we did in the past. We will be able to use the digital tools and techniques in order to create digital twins and use the digital twins in order to enhance manufacturing, enhance the products that they come out with, and make sure at the end of which all our products are going to be sustainable into the future. And so digital is very key for us. But as we talk sustainability, it's about electrical into the future as well. So when we design an electric aircraft, digital tools are used, data analysis is used, and we were able to create an all-electric aircraft which took off and set a world record for speed. And the team in Bangalore was able to work on it, and the team in Bangalore was able to contribute with the global teams in order to make sure that the electrical aircraft took off in record time, was able to meet all the parameters in record time, and we continue to go from one milestone to the other in that journey. So when you look at today with fossil fuels, tomorrow with hybrid fuels, and day after tomorrow probably with our electric propulsion. So the journey is started, digital is going to be there, electrical is going to be there, and that is how we're going to take it into the future. Technology is always going to be there.
Since we're talking about aircrafts, how ready are we in India to enhance sustainability in the aerospace domain right now?
Well, I mean, in the aerospace domain, what is very interesting is that everybody talks about, aviation, the whole sector, as being a major contributor towards greenhouse gases. And so it's very important for us to start the process of not only creating the products and services, but also making sure that people are pushing for those products and services. And there is going to be fuels available that are sustainable. There's going to be products, engine, the other avionics, the other systems that are going to be available that are going to be sustainable. It is also about factories that are producing these products that are going to be sustainable. So the entire ecosystem has to get sustainable. And to me, the journey has started because during one of my last flights, the pilot came and announced that this flight will have 20% lesser greenhouse gas emissions. I've never heard that come from a pilot ever before. And when I heard that, I said, this is catching. Because now the public is aware that even if they didn't know what it was, they will ask the question, what is this? And so that is enough to have it sticks onto everybody's mind that sustainability has to happen for us to have a better place for our future generations. And I think it is catching. I think it's catching.
And what role is Rolls-Royce playing towards developing sustainable engines and fuels?
Well, like I said, we are right now where we are. By 2023, we will probably have all our products compatible with SAF. By 2030, all our new products will be compatible with SAF, and will go further from there. And it is not just our aerospace products, it's our defense products, it's our factories, it's our power systems products. Even today as we speak, by 2023, we will have sustainable fuels operating our reciprocating engines. And it's already there, it's already being sold to customers, it's already being used by customers. And so it is, for us, it is today, 2023, 2025, 2030. Then by 2030, we will evaluate and see what happens between 2030 and 2040. We have gotten into the small modular reactors. These are 400 megawatt power projects that are going to be very sustainable with nuclear. We have gotten into microgrids where there will be optimization. If we have to use fossil fuels, how do you optimize between fossil fuels versus electric versus battery solutions? So the thought process is about how do you get into hybrid systems, how do you get into alternate fuels, how do you use digital, how do you eventually get to electrical world, how do you make sure power generation for propulsion and for land-based systems is eventually going to be green.
Okay, so of course Rolls-Royce looks like it's not just the jack of all trades, but the king of all trades.
Well, we would like to be very humble about it and say that we are still learning, and definitely we are learning very quickly, and definitely we want to be king of all trades when it comes to sustainable.
Of course, learning never stops. It's a lifelong journey. We learn every day. Like I'm learning talking to you right now.
Yes.
About the various initiatives of Rolls-Royce. Because for somebody like me, a layperson, Rolls-Royce is more like a luxury car brand.
I know.
A lot of us would not be aware about your initiatives in sustainability and aerospace.
Well, I can clarify that as well for you, that we are not into the cars business. We are in aerospace and defense and power systems business. And in the future, we will look at space and we will look at being sustainable across board.
So what initiatives is Rolls-Royce taking in addition to your work in aerospace and engines? And as you mentioned, the pilot said that they are running a lot more green now than earlier. You also have a carbon first initiative here. So what is that about, and can you tell us about some other initiatives that is taken by Rolls-Royce?
Well, like we talked about, the first thing was data analysis and making sure that digital becomes front and center in everything that we do. When you are into technology, when you are into research and development, I think it is important to be able to bring these things to the fore very quickly. And to get there very quickly, it is going to be able to learn from what the past has told us and to be able to implement tools and techniques that will help us for the future. So that is one part that we are definitely into. The other part is it is all incremental steps. It's not a revolution, it's an evolution. But the evolution will not go anywhere unless every step of the way the world is with us. The entire human population is thinking about sustainability, and they are talking about what sustainability means, and they are talking about why they would need sustainability, and they are demanding that the world be sustainable to the future. And as this happens, companies like ours will definitely rise up, and we'll continue to be motivated by that. We will continue to be on this journey from current position to alternate fuels, to hybrid systems, to all electric, to SMRs, to microgrids, under a foundation of digital techniques.
Wow. So, but I still have one query, which is, I think, something we have noticed amongst all companies. When you talk about ESG, the focus is on environment and sustainability. Yeah. We often ignore society, which is an integral part of ESG, because it is actually 1/3 if we look at it. It is the S part, social. So what is Rolls-Royce doing for the community, be it for the employees or the community at large? Apart from your CSR activities, how are you making the community a better place?
Look, at Rolls-Royce, like we said, technology is the backbone. And if sustainability is going to be there for the future, technology will be the backbone. And if you want technology to be the backbone, you need to have the future generation capable, ready, in order to participate in that technology and evolve that technology. So for us, STEM initiatives are primary. Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are absolutely the forefront, and we are working with the future generation. These are with students from middle school, high school, universities, and we are working with them to make sure that they understand what is important, they learn accordingly, promote their learning, enhance their ability to learn, and then eventually absorb them. And from Indian point of view, we said our STEM activities had to be focused, and we wanted to be focused with girl students most, because in technology, STEM areas, a lot of girls don't participate. And so we said we want to help them participate, we want to encourage them to participate, and we want to be able to figure out for the future with the STEM graduates, how can we absorb them, how can we bring them into our fold and help them help us into this world of sustainability and technology.
That is so true. STEM is now, I believe, a course in some schools also, which was not there 10 years ago. Yes. So while we do have mathematics and science, there was not hardcore focus on it as it is now. So it's always great to see that Rolls-Royce is keeping up with the times, yes, be it in terms of education or inclusivity. So with that, I just want to ask you my final question. So what is next for Rolls-Royce? We have already seen a lot of work that is being done to promote a better environment, a better society. So do you have any initiatives lined up that you would like to share with us?
Well, I've shared with you everything that we are working on today. A lot of these things that we are working on today are not going to be available immediately in the commercial space. I mean, it's going to be happening over a period of time. The SMRs probably before 2030, the electric propulsion because it will happen before 2030. So everything that we are planning for is over this decade. And I think it'll come out. We also have to look at it and say our existing engines, how do we make them more fuel efficient? So if you have 25% fuel savings, automatically that's a 25% savings on emissions as well. So I think we have to look at our products, existing products, and make them more efficient, make them less emitting, and also look at new products. We have to look at our factories. It's a lot of things to be done. And eventually what is going to happen is that about 91% of the world GDP will be with net zero products. I think the world is preparing to sort of spend about $130 trillion in terms of assets, in terms of building out this whole sustainability initiative. It is the way forward. And I think Rolls-Royce would like to be at the forefront of the way forward in the propulsion systems. We want to be pioneering new products and services that will enable a greener world. That's where we want to be.
There's a saying in English that well begun is half the battle won. So I think Rolls-Royce has made a very good start in a very niche space like ESG, which has just gained traction, and people are just coming to learn about it. So with that, Mr. Jayaraman, I would like to thank you so much for joining us, and on a weekday and taking out time when I'm sure you have a lot of other commitments too. So thank you so much and have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you very much, Urvi. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Likewise.
Thank you.